Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Huh?
Michael, can you introduce yourself real quick?
My name's Michael Brown.
Tell me why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yeah, why are you here?
The Adidas deal it's been going on for quite some time. I've been with Adidas for 2 going on 3 years now. I've been playing 3SSB circuit since I was a freshman. I think that alone, you know, just being the building block of Adidas, you know, playing at a high level, playing on 17s for 3 years, I think that is what carried on, you know, into getting this deal done. Because it's a family, and I've been a part of the family for a minute, so.
When he was younger, I think it was more of something that's been planned out. Like we obviously didn't know the NIL space was gonna come like this, but I always felt like if we was putting ourselves in the right position, you know, something like this could take place, right? So, you know, we had the options of saying, okay, well, you can go play for this circuit, you can go play for that circuit. When I was coming up, it was no circuits. It was just really, you play Adidas. And so with him, when it was time to choose between where to go, I laid something on the table for him. And I was like, you can play 16U here this was his 9th grade year. You can play 16U here, or you can play 17U here on Adidas. Right. I didn't even give him a name. I didn't tell him what team it would be. I didn't tell him what you know what I mean, who it would be coaching. And he was like, I want 17U Adidas.
Michael's outgoing, so he's the oldest of 3. He's always been very independent since he was little, and he's always been involved with sports in some sort of facet. We've tried baseball, love football, but we gravitated with basketball just because it's an indoor sport. And being that I played volleyball and he played basketball, being in the court, being in the gym, doing something was just something that he always was used to. So sports in general are just a very big part of our lives, and even our 2 youngest.
Out here at the Adidas event today, you know, you got a lot of superstars. It's definitely fire, and it's fun to be out here, and it's a blessing.
The day I met Michael was obvious. It was at a 3SSB event, I want to say. This was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was 2 years ago, and he was a young buck. He was the smallest guard out there, but he was the most vocal, and you can just tell that you could tell that all of his teammates were just huddling around him and just waiting for him to go. Another thing that stood out was his dad. His dad was one of those parents that were way up top, and he was just looking, and he was just calm. And I've seen him many times before that, but the first time was when it was after the 3SSB game, and I went to his coach. It was Anthony Rich at the time, and he introduced us, and that's when we were talking about that it factor. That's when I knew that he had it.
Michael can touch so many databases with kids and age group, and he's just a multifaceted athlete and multifaceted human. So obviously he must have seen something bright in him in order to bring him on board. But I would assume that he thought that he sees stars with Michael. So
when you see when someone is super well respected, or when someone isn't, you can tell by the people how they act around him, and his teammates, his coaches. He was an extension of his coach at that time as well too, and he was he was smaller at the time. He had a huge growth spurt, but like he was smaller, and you can just tell he was just so well respected. The factor is how he treats other people, and you can always tell who someone really is by the way they treat others, or by the way they treat others who can't do nothing for them. and he was treating everybody with respect and dignity. And so that's how I knew it was him.
What we've sacrificed. Obviously time. It's the most expensive thing in the world, time, because it's something you can never get back. But is it sacrificing, or is it something you're supposed to do? It's your kid, you know. He said this is what he wanted to do, you know. But if you go into it, it's time, money, probably other opportunities. But you know, the most important thing is time. You know, it's an investment. You know what I mean? I think at this age, when they're young, the best time to invest in your kids is when they're young, because it's the least expensive overall. It's going to get expensive later.
You got to really be methodical in the thought process of how to go about it and how to make sure that it works for you. I would say the pro would be how to find balance in it. Balance being how to maintain that normalcy and maintain self throughout it, all the while sticking to what is the most important thing. And the most important thing for him is to stay in the gym.
You got to think, man, your kid in high school have 2 years left, and you have a multi-billion-dollar company that's saying, I want you to represent our brand, right? And this is something that, to me, is great because you worked so damn hard to this point to where you finally see, okay, man, this thing is starting to pay off a little bit. So to me, it makes him say, you know what, I should go a little bit harder now, because it's starting to pay off. Because as hard as I am on him, for him to see now that, okay, Dad, you said this was going to happen. The day he signed the deal, it was the day before Thanksgiving. Signed it like 10:30 at night, got it from Christian, signed it like 10:30 at night. We went to the gym that night. Right after he signed, I was like, all right, let's go get up and go work out. He was sitting on the chair beside his mom, like, all right, we're finna go work out now. So we got up and go put some work in. So I think we realized how privileged he is to have it, but we also appreciate it and understand like it's a lot of work still left to be done.
Being away from home is tough, especially when things aren't going your way. Sometimes I tend to just like, you know, I need to just go back home for a day, 24 hours or 48 hours, and I'll be fine. Probably making a sacrifice not to see my sister and brother a lot, and my parents and my close friends, not being able to see them as much as you would like to, knowing that you're not going to be able to the rest of your life because at some point you got to grow up, is the sacrifice that I made early on, and it has gotten to where I've gotten to now.
And I think he's found somewhat of a balance, but then again, he's a 17-year-old, 18-year-old dude, so like, does he eat the best sometimes? Probably not. Yeah. Does he sleep the best? Probably not. But that's also about space, learning, and growing. So it's maturity, right? You have to be somewhat matured in going into this NIL space.
As long as your intentions are pure, your intuition will be clear, right? I never visualized doing this. It's not for money. It wasn't for money, but it's for the drive and the love to be great at something. And if you said you love it, let's really push to be great at it, right? So any parent that's going through this or have the opportunity or looking to get into something like this, I say trust your intuition and don't waver, because you're gonna have so many people that's gonna come around that's gonna make you feel like you're making the wrong decision. And I think you've gotta be an ass in your way of thinking. Like, you gotta almost be arrogant. You almost gotta be delusional, because you're only delusional until it works. Once it works, now you're genius. So stick to your guns. And most times, most parents don't get to this point or even get to the highest level with their kid because you start to listen to too many voices. and you don't have a vision for your kid. And I think it's because me and his mother and the household, our household is so intact and as one, it's been easier, not necessarily easy, but it's been a little easier than what others would go through to try to get to this point. So I would say just stick to what your vision is for your kid, and don't waver.
Once again, just thank you all for being able to show up today. Very special day. I think everybody in here got better. Just keep working. Just keep working. Stay consistent with your work ethic. I'm still not there yet. I still got a ways to go as well. So I'm right there with all of y'all. I'm right there with all of y'all. All right. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Come on. 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 Break it down, Jojo. I already know you got it. Come on.
Let everybody get in. Let everybody get in.
Let everybody get in.
Let everybody get in.
Break it down, Joe. Break it down, Joe.
Family on three, family on me. 1, 2, 3.
Family!
Cold, these brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die.
No problem. Here you go, Vida. No problem, big dog.
I'm not washing my hands after this.
CJ Ike, they ain't no longer a bar. They ain't no longer a bar. They ain't no longer a bar.